in a very short time about today's speaker, Dr. Avinash Morisser. But before that, once again, I would like to welcome you all. So very warm welcome to today's speaker as well as today's all participants. We have invited for this webinar Dr. Avinash Morisser. Presently, he is working in the capacity of principal at Mahila Mahavidyalaya, Amravati. He has also worked as Dean, Faculty of Humanities of Sant Gadge Baba, Amravati University, Amravati. He has a huge teaching, research, and administration experience. And he is a best teacher, good administrator, and a very skilled, you can say, very skilled person. Even as far as our National Education Policy 2020 is concerned, as I know personally, he has a detailed study of it, and he had started one small project for the students that was under the heading of Dear Friends, and that was in connection with, in concern with National Education Policy small themes. So he had prepared videos, and all these videos are very useful to the students very specifically to understand National Education Policy 2020. And therefore, I think he is a right person to guide all of us to deliver a speech on a very important theme of National Education Policy 2020, that is multiple entry and exit. So without wasting, because we have only 1 hour, and as far as I know, sir has always a very excellent presentation and very excellent speech, very excellent information for all of us. So without wasting time, we have only 1 hour in our hand. So I request him to please start with the session. Sir, please.
Thank you, madam. Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University's UGC HRDC Center is continuously organizing and striving very hard to spread the very positive message of National Education Policy to all the teachers and all the students also. Every time I say this, and I'll repeat, even if I repeat, I really mean it. What I'm going to say is that I have delivered many lectures in front of various gatherings, but I always love to speak with teachers because, you know, it is always beneficial to speak with teachers. Say, for example, if I'm speaking with some 45 teachers here, I personally feel that I'm speaking with, or I'm delivering something to 45,000 students, because every teacher here who has taken time to understand and discuss some of the important issues in National Education Policy do hold a potential to reach out this message to at least 1,000 students. So that is why I am thankful to UGC HRDC, Dr. Lomte madam, for organizing these webinars and conducting them meticulously. So it is really wonderful to see that UGC HRDC is working. I think that, yes, mics needs to be muted. Right. Thank you. I will allow everybody to speak in the later part of my speech. Let me explain and let me deliver whatever I want to share with you. So I was saying that it is really commendable to see that UGC HRDC Center of Amravati University is striving very hard for this purpose, because, you know, it's really galvanizing the whole system. Because being a teacher, now today I wish to speak with all of you in the capacity not as a principal, not as an ex-dean, but as a teacher. Because when I go through the policy document of National Education Policy, then I see that there are certain things which really touch to our heart. And what are those things? One of the most important things which I always remember and I keep in my mind is that in National Education Policy, it is said that putting teachers into the heart of the system. Now, why it is said, why the National Education Policy wants the teacher to be put into the heart of the system? because it is understood from ages together that if education system is to be renovated and renewed, if certain outcomes which are expected by the society are to be drawn from education system, then there is only one single factor which can be responsible and which can change the entire scenario, and that particular factor is the teacher. Teacher can do miracles. Teacher can perform something which is unexpected and sometimes which is unbelievable also. So considering that capacity of being a reformer, no, I'm not patting my own back and just making the teachers to feel very proud, but I really mean it that teachers, if they desire, if they feel by their heart that I can perform and I can do something, then they will be called as social reformers, not less than a social reformer, because we can turn an entire generation. We can give perspectives to the generations. And that is why when we look to the different aspects of national education policy, I am an ardent supporter of national education policy, despite faced some of the reservations and some of the accusations by some of my colleagues. But I personally feel that those accusations are not the criticism. It is a kind of these are the kind of suggestions to improve the process. And I always accept and I always consider that even if Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan, who has drafted with his team, who has drafted this whole policy, must have thought that when this policy will come on the implementation level, there will be certain problems, there will be certain issues, and he also do not expect that everything should be implemented at a very first step. No, he has also placed certain targets to be achieved in 2025, 2028, 2030, even 2040 also. So this new policy is to be implemented slowly and steadily. But mind my work, mark my words, that this education policy will provide something which was not ever provided to the students. Because students are at the center of the policy. Though teachers are the motivators, the teachers are the facilitators, and teachers are, I personally feel that they are the most important factors to govern and rule everything in a very positive manner. But I personally feel that when we all do it, आज भी हम लोग सब एकत्रित यहाँ पर है ना. I take this permission to use English and Hindi language also, so that it will be a good combination. आज भी हम सब लोग यहाँ पर हैं. आने वाले 40-45 मिनट जो बात करने वाले, किसके लिए है ये हमारे लिए नहीं है. इसका सर्टिफिकेट तो हमें मिलेगा अनडाउटेडली, बट अल्टीमेटली वी आर डूइंग इट, वी आर गोइंग फॉर द डिस्कशन फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ अवर स्टूडेंट्स. क्योंकि जो स्टूडेंट्स देहातों से या जो स्टूडेंट गरीब परिवारों से या ऐसे व्यवस्थाओं में से हमारे यहाँ आते हैं जिन्हें कुछ नहीं मिलता है, जिन्हें कोई दे नहीं पाता है, जिन्हें कोई कुछ भी नहीं दे पाता है, वो बड़ी आशा लेकर आते हैं हमारे महाविद्यालय में, जहां उसे एक आशा होती है कि मेरा टीचर, मेरा मेंटर, मेरी टीचर मुझे कुछ ऐसा दे जो मेरे लाइफ के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. और ऐसा जो देना है ना हमें, ये हम नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के माध्यम से दे सकते हैं. Today, the point which I am making, the concept which is being governed in national education policy. One more thing before I start my presentation, I would like to highlight this thing. That sometime before also, I have delivered lectures on some skill development programs. I have delivered lectures in interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approach in national education policy. And sometimes I have felt that at the very first step, a kind of resistance from the teachers. Now, as I have told you that I am speaking in the capacity of a teacher. So I'm talking about our fraternity. And that is why let us permit me to speak certain things with freedom. Because if I keep reservations in my mind, if I think that how to speak this and how to speak that, then it will not be, I won't be giving justice to the total topic which I'm going to deliver. So please forgive me if something touches and hurts you. Don't bother about it. I'm your brother. I'm your fraternity friend. And that is why I'm speaking something which really there in my heart. So what I was telling you is that when we say that something is to be implemented, sometimes I feel the resistance at the very first step. At the very first step, there is a reaction that, sir, don't tell these things because these are not to be implemented. These things cannot be implemented. Why such negative approach is there? Why such negative resistance is there? We can definitely say that, sir, these are the things which can be changed, which can be remolded, which can be reformulated in this manner and then may be implemented. But at the very first juncture, if we start giving such kind of resistance that ये हो नहीं सकता, ऐसा अगर हम पहली स्टेप पे बोलेंगे तो होगा नहीं. इसलिए मैं आज जो टॉपिक आपसे शेयर करने वाला हूं, ये भी टॉपिक वैसा ही है, क्योंकि ये टॉपिक समझने के लिए जब हम समझते हैं ना, तो उससे पहले ये हो सकता है और ये स्टूडेंट के कितना बेनिफिट में है ये देखना है. नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी ये बताती है कि ये जो सारी चीजें नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में इंक्लूड की गई है वो टीचर्स को बेनिफिशियल है, उससे ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स को कितनी बेनिफिशियल है ये ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. और मेरे ख्याल से इस ग्रुप में, जिस ग्रुप से मैं बात कर रहा हूं या यूट्यूब से हम जिन लोगों से जुड़ रहे हैं, उस हर एक टीचर की ये मान्यता है, क्योंकि टीचर की व्याख्या ही उसकी वजह से सिद्ध होती है. A teacher is proved as a teacher when he is dedicated and completely devoted for the betterment and development of his student. And that is the most important part. So considering this most important part in the mind, I am going to start with my presentation, and that presentation is regarding multiple entry, multiple exit. So let me share the screen which I have. So I'll just share the screen, just a moment. So I'm ready with my screen to share. Yes. So you must have started seeing the screen I'm sharing with multi-entry, multi-exit, a new pathway for the students. Now, the source which I have used to prepare this presentation is the UGC guidelines for multiple entry and exit in academic programs offered in higher education institutions. UGC has taken out separate guidelines for multiple entry and exit, and on the basis of that, those guidelines, I have prepared my presentation. So I would like to share, Madam, I just want to confirm that whether the screen is visible or not.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is
Okay,
visible.
okay. Thank you. So let us move with the idea which I would like to share with you. So the first thing which is important is that NEP offers multi-entry, multi-exit. So it is the mention is there in National Education Policy, and it offers multi-entry, multi-exit. Now, what is that? The first thing, it offers flexibility in terms of choice of subject. Subject को choose करने की जो flexibility है ना, वो flexibility multi-entry, multi-exit में हमें मिल पाएंगे. क्योंकि अभी जो है वो हम students को flexibility नहीं देते. अगर हम आर्ट्स में उसको एडमिशन दे रहे तो आर्ट्स के सब्जेक्ट उसके लिए फिक्स्ड है कि इतने 5 सब्जेक्ट वो पढ़ेगा, वो 5 सब्जेक्ट से ज्यादा वो पढ़ नहीं पाता है या पढ़ नहीं सकता है. वैसा ही साइंस में है, वैसा ही कॉमर्स में तो ऐसा है कि कई यूनिवर्सिटीज में अभी भी कंपलसरी सब्जेक्ट से हमारा काम चल रहा है. हमने अभी तक भी इलेक्टिव ऑप्शंस चॉइस नहीं किए हैं. तो ये जो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है चॉइस ऑफ सब्जेक्ट की, ये मल्टी एंट्री, मल्टी एग्जिट में पॉसिबल है. दूसरा जो है वो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी इन टर्म्स ऑफ चॉइस ऑफ डिफरेंट पाथवेज. ग्रेजुएशन किस तरह से कंप्लीट हो इसके जो मार्ग हमने डिसाइड किए हुए हैं, और वही फ्रॉम इयर्स टुगेदर वी आर फॉलोइंग दैट. सो आफ्टर 10th, then to 10+2, and then enter into graduation for 3 years, for 4 years, for 5 years, and get your graduation degree. That is the typical pattern which we are following. Can we think of some different patterns? 10वीं के बाद में 12वीं के बाद में ग्रेजुएशन, कभी 3 साल का, कभी 4 साल का, कभी 5 साल का. यही जो पैटर्न जो हम इतने सालों से चला रहे हैं, इसको बदलने की जरूरत अभी आप पहुंची है. और कभी हमने सोचा ही नहीं इसके बारे में कि इसको भी बदला जा सकता है. इसको बदला जा सकता है. मल्टी एंट्री, मल्टी एग्जिट में ये हो सकता है, क्योंकि ये इन द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ इंस्टीट्यूशन है, इन द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स है. उसके बाद में एक फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी इन टर्म्स ऑफ रिमूविंग रिजिड बाउंड्रीज. ये जो सब्जेक्ट्स के बीच में या फैकल्टीज के बीच में रिजिड बाउंड्रीज बना के रखी है ना, बड़ी बड़ी दीवारें खड़ी की है. और इस फैकल्टी का स्टूडेंट उस फैकल्टी के स्टूडेंट की तरफ देख ही भी नहीं सकता. इस फैकल्टी का स्टूडेंट उस फैकल्टी के सब्जेक्ट्स की तरफ देख नहीं सकता. मुझे बड़ा आनंद है कि यूजीसी एचआरडीसी ने, इसके पहले जो मेरा एक लेक्चर हुआ था वो मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी के ऊपर था, इंटर डिसिप्लिनरी के ऊपर. उसमें एक बहुत अच्छा डिस्कशन हमने किया था. उसी को आधार मानते हुए आज हम ये बात कर रहे हैं कि जब मल्टी एंट्री, मल्टी एग्जिट की बात हम कर रहे हैं, इस एजुकेशन सिस्टम को हम खुला बना रहे हैं. वी आर जस्ट ओपनिंग अप. इसको जो क्लोज डोर्स में बंद करके रखा ना कि फैकल्टी का, और जैसा मैंने आपको बोला कि मैं टीचर करके बात करने वाला हूं, इसलिए मुझे थोड़ा सा सहूलियत दीजिए बात खुले दिल से रखने की। वही हो गया है कि फैकल्टी टू फैकल्टी दीवारी इतनी बड़ी हो गई है कि इस फैकल्टी का टीचर उस फैकल्टी के टीचर के साथ में भी उतना कोहेसिव नहीं है, उतना कंफर्टेबल नहीं है। ये भी चीजें हम कई बार अपने इंस्टीट्यूशन में देखते हैं। उस फैकल्टी का प्रोग्राम इस फैकल्टी के लोग जाएंगे ही नहीं, इस तरह की भी बातें हम देखते हैं। मैं भी कई सारे इंस्टीट्यूशंस में जाते रहता हूं और ये सारी चीजें आप लोग भी महसूस करते हैं। ये जो बाउंड्रीज, ये जो दीवारें खड़ी की है ना सब्जेक्ट्स के बीच में, फैकल्टीज के बीच में, इन सारी दीवारों को गिराकर, इन सारी दीवारों को दूर हटाकर, नाउ वी वुड लाइक टू पेव एन ओपन वे, ओपन माइंड। और ये सब समझने के लिए वही जो मैंने पहले बताया कि हमारे क्या हो गया कि वो दीवारों की वजह से या इन फिक्स बाउंड्रीज की वजह से हमारे सोच भी कई बार ऐसी फिक्स्ड हो जाती है। ऐसे देखने को मिलता है कभी कभी। कभी कभी चर्चा में भी हमारे दोस्त बहन भाई इस तरह से बोलने लगते हैं और फिर ऐसे समझ में आता है कि ये दीवारें सिर्फ फैकल्टीज की नहीं है, ये दीवारें दिमाग में भी फिक्स्ड हो गई है। और इसलिए फिर मल्टी एंट्री मल्टी एग्जिट जैसा टॉपिक एक्सेप्ट करने के लिए पहले तो हमें यह करना पड़ेगा कि हमारे सोच को भी फ्लेक्सिबल बनाना पड़ेगा कि ऐसा भी हो सकता है, दिस ऑल्सो कैन हैपन। नहीं तो वही बस एडमिशन हुई बीए या बीकॉम या बीएससी में कि 3 साल उसको बिल्कुल एक पेपर क्लियर करते हुए उसने जाना है, उसके बाद में फिर वो ग्रेजुएशन होगा, वो डिग्री मिलेगी उसको, हमारे के पढ़ाने के पैटर्न वही, हमारे प्रैक्टिकल के पैटर्न वही, हमारा सब कुछ वही के वही, उसी तरह से हर साल चल रहा है। नया कुछ जो आ रहा है ना वो भी नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी लाएगी और उसमें मल्टी एंट्री मल्टी एग्जिट में टीचर्स को बहुत बड़ा रोल प्ले करना है। दैट आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन। One more thing is a seamless students mobility from between and within degree granting HEIs. ये जो डिग्री ग्रांटिंग HEIs है, ये जो हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशंस है, हमारी जो डिग्री का एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करने वाली इंस्टीट्यूशंस है, इसमें एक इंस्टीट्यूशन से दूसरे इंस्टीट्यूशन में या एक ही इंस्टीट्यूशन की एक फैकल्टी से दूसरे फैकल्टी में स्टूडेंट्स को जाने के लिए या उसके पसंदीदा विषय चुनने का जो एक स्वतंत्र, एक फ्रीडम जो अलाउ होने वाला है, वो इस नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी के अंतर्गत जो मल्टी एंट्री मल्टी एग्जिट बोला गया है उससे मिलने वाला है। अब स्टूडेंट्स को फ्रीडम अगर मिलेगा, स्टूडेंट्स को बेनिफिट अगर होगा, अगर स्टूडेंट्स के डेवलपमेंट प्रोसीजर में बढ़ोतरी होगी, तो व्हाई टू पोज आवर प्रॉब्लम्स। टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम जो है उसको सॉल्व किया जा सकता है। एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल मैं देता हूं। जब मैं मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी या इंटर डिसिप्लिनरी कोर्सेज के बारे में बोल रहा था तो मेरे एक दोस्त ने मुझे पूछा कि किस तरह क्या बात कर रहे हो आप ये कह रहे हो कि आपके कॉलेज का कोई एक स्टूडेंट दूसरे किसी कॉलेज का एक सब्जेक्ट अगर उसे पसंद है तो वहां जाके पढ़ेगा, तो वहां का टाइम टेबल कैसे सेट होगा, यहाँ का कैसे सेट होगा। मैंने उसको ये बोला कि ये इतने जल्दी कंक्लूजन पे मत आओ, शुरुआत तो करते हैं, कम से कम शुरुआत ये तो कर सकते हैं। मैं मानता हूं कि इस तरीके का इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी स्ट्रक्चर इतने जल्दी पॉसिबल नहीं होगा, वो बाद में होगा, क्योंकि नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी में मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी कॉलेजेस एस्टेब्लिश करने की बात कही गई है। जब वो कॉलेजेस एस्टेब्लिश होंगे या फिर हमारे कॉलेजेस उसमें कन्वर्ट होंगे तब ये होगा। लेकिन अभी क्या कर सकते हैं, कम से कम ये कर सकते हैं कि जैसा मेरा कॉलेज है, जिस कॉलेज में आर्ट्स और कॉमर्स फैकल्टी है, तो आर्ट्स के कुछ स्टूडेंट्स को मैं कॉमर्स का एक सब्जेक्ट उनके लाइकिंग के हिसाब से ऑफर कर सकता हूं, या कॉमर्स के स्टूडेंट्स को, जिन स्टूडेंट्स को म्यूजिक अच्छा लगता है तो मेरे यहाँ म्यूजिक या आर्ट्स में सब्जेक्ट है, उनको एक छोटा सा कोर्स बना के इनके लिए बनाने के लिए बोल सकता हूं, और ये स्टूडेंट वो कोर्स को अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं करिकुलम के बाहर जाकर भी। सिर्फ बात बाउंड्रीज जो है ना वो फैकल्टी की बाउंड्रीज की नहीं है दोस्तों, करिकुलम की इसकी भी बाउंड्री है, क्योंकि हमारे करिकुलम की बाउंड्रीज ठहराता है हमारा बोर्ड ऑफ स्टडीज। अब वो कितना ठहराएंगे, उन्होंने तो पेपर पैटर्न के हिसाब से फिक्स कर दिया, लेकिन हमने उसमें ही रहना है क्या, उससे बाहर भी हम जा सकते हैं, न कि हमें बाहर जाना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि अब क्रेडिट्स इस तरह से आने वाले हैं जिन क्रेडिट्स में इस करिकुलम का जो फ्रेमवर्क है उसको उसके बाहर जाकर भी हमें कुछ चीजें करनी है। और इसलिए मल्टी एंट्री मल्टी एग्जिट में ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात बोली जाने वाली है और करने वाली जैसी है। सो देन we need to proceed with the objectives। अब मल्टी एंट्री मल्टी एग्जिट के ऑब्जेक्टिव्स क्या है? पहला है जो मैंने बताया पहले ही, रिमूव रिजिड बाउंड्रीज एंड फैसिलिटेट न्यू पॉसिबिलिटीज फॉर लर्नर्स। मैंने शुरुआत में ही कहा था कि ऐसी ऐसी बातें स्टूडेंट्स को मिलने वाली है जो आज तक नहीं थी। आज तक इस तरह की फैसिलिटी स्टूडेंट के लिए नहीं थी। और मैं एक विमेंस कॉलेज का प्रिंसिपल हूं, मैं इस सारे मल्टी एंट्री मल्टी एग्जिट को एक अलग नजरिए से भी देख सकता हूं, जो मैं बताने वाला हूं। दैट इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट। सेकेंड, कर्टेल द ड्रॉप आउट रेट एंड इंप्रूव जीआर, यही बात है जो मैं बोलने वाला था। आज एक महिला महाविद्यालय का प्रिंसिपल होने के बाद मैं जो देखता हूं वो मैं आपसे शेयर करना चाहता हूं। वो ये है कि जब मेरे यहाँ आर्ट्स के बीए के फर्स्ट ईयर में जब एडमिशन होती है तो वो लगभग 250 एडमिशन होती है, 250 एडमिशन, 250 अनफॉर्चुनेटली। और मैं ये गए कई सालों से देख रहा हूं, अनफॉर्चुनेटली ये 250 लड़कियां जो शिक्षा लेने के हेतु अपने परिवार का सपोर्ट प्राप्त करते हुए हायर एजुकेशन सिस्टम में आती है, इसमें से फाइनल ईयर में कितनी रहती है? सो फर्स्ट सेमिस्टर, इन द फर्स्ट सेमिस्टर 250 स्टूडेंट्स आर एडमिटेड। टिल 6th semester, out of 250 we hold maximum 130 students, 130 ज्यादा से ज्यादा। 3 सालों में 120 लड़कियां इस टोटल प्रोसेस से बाहर जाती है। उनके अपने अपने रीजंस है, कुछ सोशल रीजंस है, कुछ फाइनेंशियल रीजंस है, लेकिन फिर भी ये जो ड्रॉप आउट है ये इतना बड़ा है कि इस ड्रॉप आउट की वजह से हमारा जो जीआर इंप्रूव होना चाहिए, ग्रॉस एनरोलमेंट रेशियो, वो टारगेट हम कंप्लीट कर ही नहीं पा रहे। On one hand, we say that the higher education should reach to the last person of this Indian population. But at the same time, if we see that the GER improvement in GER is not considerable, and that is why to curtail dropout, multi-entry, multi-exit styles and multi-entry, multi-exit policy is very much important. Offer creative combinations of discipline study that would enable multi-entry, multi-exit points. It is very much important that we have to offer some creative combinations. क्रिएटिव कॉम्बिनेशन हम सोचे ही नहीं है अब तक, और आज तक यही चलते आया है कि आर्ट्स के स्टूडेंट्स है तो आर्ट्स के सब्जेक्ट्स। अगर उसके मन में कहीं साइंटिफिक टेम्परामेंट जगता है और वो साइंटिफिक टेम्परामेंट जगने के बाद में केमिस्ट्री जैसे सब्जेक्ट का एक जनरल इंटरेस्ट कोर्स अगर वो लेना चाहता है तो वो ले ही नहीं पाता। चॉइस बेस्ड क्रेडिट सिस्टम इसको हेलो यस सर
Yes, can you please use more of English?
Yeah, please. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So as it is requested, now I'll continue in English, no problem. If one up, even if it is to be understood by everybody, so I'll continue with English. So I was talking about the creative combinations of disciplines of the study. So various creative combinations of disciplines of studies are to be enabled for multi-entry and multi-exit points. Now we offer the flexibility in curriculum and novel course options to the students in addition to discipline specific specialization. So some novel course options are to be offered for the students because they have to understand the total nature of their studies, and at the same time when they go out of this system they have to earn something very much positive for their lateral development. So it is very much important to understand these objectives of multi-entry, multi-exit. Offer different designs of master programs. I am very happy that in choice-based credit system, we have started including certain new things, but still a long way to go. We have to offer different designs of programs. I'm very sorry to say this. We, the teachers, I mean, I am also included into that group, that we have restricted ourselves so minutely, or restricted ourselves to such a state that we are not even able to see. We are not, is there, can the mic be muted? I don't know whose mic is.
उस समय पे यहाँ पे लिखे थे हमने,
excuse me
वो कोविड के समय की वो बेंच, हाँ उस टाइम की, तो उसका इसमें नहीं मिल रहा वो इंटरनल असेसमेंट।
Somebody from UGC HRDC needs to see this, that the mic छोटे-छोटे पहले I stopped for a while.
Okay. Rachna madam, please mute yourself.
Yes, thank you. I'm sorry, but we need to take a look of our mics. Okay, don't touch it now. Okay, just so we proceed with the objectives. We need to offer different designs of master's program. So the master's program which we are offering, they can have different designs, enable credit accumulation. Now, this is one of the most important factors, that when we are offering credits to the students, those credits to be transferred and they need to be kept intact with them if they leave this education system for some for a short while and again come back. So enable credit accumulation, transfer with provision of evaluation and validation of non-formal and informal learning for award of a degree. Degree should not be given only on the basis of the question papers which are solved. I always doubt this, and I have been always speaking about this, that we evaluate the student's capacity based on only 3 hours paper in the final examination. That is the final evaluation. How can we evaluate the year's dedication? The student comes every day in the college, learns something, participate in different activities, then gives your unit test, gives your first term examination, gives multiple types of examination which you offer, and unfortunately, I'm posing just one example. Unfortunately, at the time of final examination, he gets ill. He's not feeling well. His body is aching. And at that time, when the paper is to be given, his body is aching and he is not able to write the answers of the question, even if he knows everything. Now, what happens? The students get failed in the examination. This is the system which was prevailing in our education system to evaluate a student, and that is why it is said categorically in National Education Policy that we need to evolve some non-formal and informal learning for award of a degree, some informal and non-formal to encourage. What a wonderful world is there. Lifelong learning. This lifelong learning process must be taken up very positively and very dedicatedly by the teachers. Not after education, not after graduation, but at the same time when graduation course is going on. So that is why this is the objective of multi-entry, multi-exit process. Facilitate encashing credit earned when learner resumes his or her programs of studies. For example, if some of the girls, as I have given you example of my college, the students, 250 students are admitted for first semester and 120 leave their college, leave their education in between. Now, wherever they leave their education, they have earned something. They have earned something, so we need to give credit to them. For example, for girls in India, what happens that most of the girls get married. When they are admitted to higher education after first year, so in second year or third year, some of the girls get married. Now, after her marriage, if she wants to continue again her education, then the credits which are earned by her are to be given back to her. That is the beautiful system. Wonderful system which is going to be evolved, and teachers need to understand it as it needs support of the teacher very much strongly. Very much strongly, the support of the teachers is needed. So why in nutshell multi-entry, multi-exit is needed? Promote flexible learning. Flexible learning is very much important. But at this point, I would like to highlight one thing. The point which I was making and suddenly somebody's mic started. So that is why I just forgot. I remembered it. I was telling about the flexibility of learning. At the same time, I would like to promote flexibility in teaching also. I was surprised and taken aback when one of the teachers gave reason for why he didn't turn for evaluation in the university, because he said that I do not teach a particular paper. You know, he was a teacher of post-graduation English. I am also English teacher of English subject, and he was also a teacher of English subject. I was a dean in the university, and I was asking him why he didn't turn up for the valuation process. So in the Amravati University, a show cause notice is sent, and he was responding to that show cause notice. What was the answer? I didn't teach the paper. Can this answer be accepted? If I elaborate this example with the illustration in English subject, if for example, I am teaching for postgraduate classes and I am teaching drama as a paper, the one of the genres, drama, I am teaching drama, and the other paper is fiction. So if I am teaching drama from years together, now that itself is a fault. That itself is a fault. What I do is that I fix myself to a particular subject. I fix myself to a particular paper because I have notes with me and I need not draw notes again and again. I can work with the similar notes again and again. I don't say that all of us are like this, but some of the examples are there. And that is why we need to bother them very much seriously. Now, I have asked one simple question to that teacher fellow of mine, that if you teach drama paper throughout the years for last 4 or 5 years, and if you say that you are not able to evaluate papers of fiction, how can it be possible? My dear friends, see how much boundaries are rigid. We are speaking of diversifying our boundaries beyond the faculties. And here the boundaries in the minds of some of our friends are related to subject even. A teacher who is well versed with teaching of drama paper is not able to teach or evaluate the paper under the category of fiction or under the category of poetry. How can I say that? When I am a teacher of English literature, it is my duty. It is my duty to teach, whether I teach or whether I don't teach. It is my duty to keep myself updated about the whole of the subject. Can I fix myself to one particular stream, one particular branch of the subject? Can it be possible? It is not possible. The teachers who are doing this, I am sure about it. I am sure about it. That many of the teachers are not doing it, but those who are doing this will perish and will lose their existence with the time, because time is changing very fast. Multi-entry, multi-exit promotes flexible learning, at the same time benefit to the learners who give up their education midway. I'm worried about this. I'm worried about this when I see that those girls of my college, they leave the college with sad hearts and sad faces. They go away because of the social compulsions, because of the financial obligations, because of the problems which they face in their life. They have to leave their education midway. And when they go away with a sad face, I really feel very sad about it. I really feel very bad about it also. That those students who are really desired to take their graduation degree are offered to leave it midway. And what do we offer them? And that is why, to ensure their 0-year loss. This is a very important term which is used in these guidelines. To ensure their 0-year loss, they should not lose anything. If they leave in the first year, they must get something. If they leave in the second year, they must get something. If they leave midway somewhere, they have to get something, or we must offer them something. The similar thing is even applicable to the postgraduate program also. Even after first year of post-graduation, if the students are forced to leave the topic or leave their education, they have to get something. So can't we think that this is really beneficial for the students? I'm going to give that example. It will improve GER, that is gross enrollment ratio. The students who leave their education midway, they can come back again after normalizing their problems, after normalizing their issues, after normalizing their situations in their life, which force them to leave their education. Again, they can come back to the system. We must welcome them with open mind and open hearts and open hands. But what are the situations and what are the systems? The systems are not available. After 10 years, if one of the students of mine comes back and wants to take education again, we tell him the course is changed. You are not allowed to enter. You need to take admission again in the first year. Why? The students have left the education in second year. She has earned credits for her benefit. Then at the same time, when she comes back, then with the present scenario and with the present curriculum, she must be allowed to take back to her graduation degree. And that is the real justice. On one hand, we talk about justice. On one hand, we take name of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, who has given the formulation of justice through our Indian constitution. And at the same time, we are the followers of that great man We do the same thing, that we don't offer or we don't create certain things which will really provide justice to the students. The target which is kept in National Education Policy, that by 2024, the GR should reach to 50%. How it will reach? What is the answer with us? How 50% of the students, how 50% of the population will reach to higher education? They can reach to higher education only when we will provide them facilities. We will provide them certain things which allow them to come back. Those who leave their education midway, they are able to come back because of big loss otherwise. I'll give an example. One of my students take admission to BCom classes. She goes with first year very beautifully, earns 56%. In the second year, she gears up her study and gets 61%. And in the final year, in the final examination, in the last semester, sixth semester, what happens that only due to certain issue, only due to certain person problem, her one paper is not good and she fails in that paper. Only one paper. After that, unfortunately, she gets married, and after marriage, she leaves her education. Now, my question to all my friends here in the group, what is her educational qualification? She will write. She has cleared her first year with 56% marks, all papers, both the semesters. She has cleared her second year also, 4 semesters completed with 62% marks. And in final year, the final 6th semester, she has cleared 5th semester also. She has cleared all the papers in 6th semester also except one paper. And in that paper, she is failed. And after that, she is not able to pursue that paper in supplementary examination. She has left the education and she has gone with her husband somewhere. What is her educational qualification to apply for a job? Unfortunately, friend, her education is 12th pass because she has not earned degree. Now, don't we feel, all of us, that it is an utter injustice to that girl who has cleared almost all the semesters except one paper in last 6 semester? Are we are we doing justice to that student? No, utterly not. And that is why this multi-entry, multi-exit system is to be introduced very fast. Unless we do it, the target which is shown on the slides, 50% GER to be reached by 2024, it can't be reached unless we come up with this new system. For that, one allied thing which is now getting ready, that is academic bank of credit. We have seen banks where we keep money and earn interest out of that. Here, a new bank is created, and that is academic bank of credit. UGC has already started formulating it, and this is one of the wonderful things which are mentioned in National Education Policy. Whatever you learn, whatever you get, howsoever you get educated, you get something out of it. You earn credits. And that is why seamless mobility of the students from one faculty to other faculty, from one institution to other institution, from one course to other course, it is and it will be only possible with academic bank of credit. Secondly, credits shall be earned and kept secure to be used in future case of dropout. In future case of dropout, I need not go again back to first semester if I have cleared 4th or 5th semester and I have left my education. You can ask me to pursue and give the 6th semester with the help of the present curriculum when I am again coming back. Agreed. No problem. But what about the 5 semesters which I have earned? What about the 5 semesters which I am educated with? What about that? Academic bank of credit will give that facility that if I have cleared 5 semesters, so credits of those 5 semesters will be kept in a bank. That is my deposit. And when after a gap of certain period of time, if I come back to again this education system, I will be able to use those credits for getting admission to 6th semester only with new curriculum. You give me new curriculum, I will be ready. I will be ready for that. But don't ask me to go for first semester again back and doing whole thing again, because that is complete injustice, which we have been doing from years together. Let us come up with new ideas, because these are the world acclaimed ideas. These are not ideas only in India. These ideas are prevailing almost all the developed countries. And in all the developed countries, this model has been accepted and proved to be very much successful. And we have to follow those footsteps now, as if we are now also developing ourselves as global leaders. We are also globally developing. And that is why it is very much necessary to formulate such things. Second, then, Dongre sir, I request you to mute your mic, please. Dongre sir. Yes, thank you. Thank you, sir. Students will be academic account holders. Now, as we hold an account in any of the banks, students will hold the account holder. They will be academic accounts, and their credits will be earned and they will be secured. So wonderful idea. Earned credits will never be vested. The earned credits will never be vested. Those credits will always be helpful for the students to come up with. And why education, national education policy? What is said there? Higher education qualifications leading to a degree, diploma, certificate shall be described by national higher educational framework in terms of such learning outcomes. And that is why it is asked that national higher education qualification framework must decide these credits very powerfully, and they must be uniform everywhere, and that is why it shall be acceptable everywhere. So if by chance, if I move myself from Maharashtra, if I am a student, I have done my 5 semesters here in Maharashtra, and if I move myself to New Delhi, I want to seek admission to New Delhi, then I need not go with their own formats and with their own formulas and with their own guidelines and rules, that they may ask me to go back to again first semester. And what about my 5 semesters education which I have taken in Maharashtra? Now this won't happen. This won't be accepted. With the help of the 5 credits which I have earned, 5 semesters credit which I have earned in Maharashtra, those will be accepted in New Delhi also, in there also. So this is really wonderful and new idea which is getting developed. Then appropriate certification is to be given. How we can do it? A certificate after completion of 1 year in a discipline, including vocational or professional courses. Now, see the line what is said. That after first year's completion, we need to give, or we can offer. Dr. M.J. Royman, I request you to mute your mics. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So, after 1 year of education, we can give certificate to the students. So even if after first year of education, the student leaves the process, he will have 1 certificate in his hand so as to get some job or so as to apply for one. A certificate after completion of 1 year, we can think of it. A diploma after 2 years. After 2 years, when 2 years are over, offer a diploma to the student so that his educational qualification shall not remain only 12th standard. The example which I have given just few minutes before, that if a girl leaves her education in the 6th semester, just 1 paper left and her education falls back to her 12th standard. No, after first year of completion, we can offer her a certificate. After completion of 2 years, we can offer a diploma. We can call it as a diploma and give 1 certificate. What is harm in that? After, and write down on that certificate that after 2 years of completion, these much credits are earned, and that is why out of these credits, 1 certificate is offered. In second year, we can again say that these much credits are earned, and out of those, on the basis of those credits, a diploma is given. And then after 3 years, we can again consider of advanced diploma or degree after 3 years. If the degree course is of 4 years, then we can even think of giving an advanced diploma to the student. So every year will be counted, every juncture will be counted, and everywhere the students will be credited by this or that certificate, because ultimately that certificate matters a lot. When he or she applies somewhere, that certificate matters a lot, and that is why we have to think it in that way. So design for PG also, it is given in the guidelines. So we can think of design a 2-year program with second year devoted entirely to research for those who have completed the 3-year bachelor's program. If 3 years bachelor program is completed, then next 2 years PG program may be offered to the students with 1 year entirely devoted for research. That shall be an option for the students who opt for research and who wish to go for PhD programs in the similar topic and similar subject. How wonderful the idea is. That even at the PG level, we can prepare the students for go for PhD. His idea about synopsis, his idea about research, his idea about viva, his idea about overall PhD process will be cleared and confirmed in the last year of PG itself. And that shall be an option available for the student. Right now, such options are not available. There are certain modules which are available for the student, but those modules are not sufficient. If I am dedicated, I am devoted to go for PhD in a particular subject, then I must be offered this kind of design for PG. How wonderful it is. A 1-year master program for the students who are completing a 4-year bachelor's program with research. So if 4 years bachelor degree is completed, then 1-year program for masters can be given with research and an integral part of it. And after 1 year even, the PG program will be completed and the 5 years degree may be given, integrated degree. Or we can have an integrated degree, an integrated 5-year bachelor's degree program. See the flexibility. Master's program with an option. This is very much important. Option to exit at the end of 3rd year with a bachelor's degree. These flexibilities should be there. I can proudly say that in some of the other university also the same thing must happen, or it happens. That in Amravati University, if the graduation is done in law, integrated degree, BA LLB for 5 years, then the students are given BA law degree after 3 years, and the students are free to move to any postgraduate programs in arts or commerce. They are allowed to do that. Now, this is called real flexibility. If after 3 years of my law education, if I feel that I am not fit for law to be studied furthermore, I can get a degree after 3 years and I can opt. For example, if I have studied political science as a subject in my BA LLB course for 3 years or 2 years, then after my BA law degree, after 3 years, I can pursue masters in political science because I have developed interest about political science and I would like to go for PG in political science. Such options shall be available, and that will be a real justice for the students. That will be considered as paving new paths for the students. So if we pave such paths for the students and offer them, and that is why MOOCs are introduced, massive open online courses. Some of my teacher friends are getting afraid of it, getting feared of it, because as UGC has rightly said now, that 40%, at least maximum 40% of the syllabus may be converted into online sources. Now, what are the advantages of massive open online courses? Because, whenever certain new things are introduced, I really bother about my workload. What will happen to my workload? Can I be excess teacher? Can I be transferred from one place to the other? Why to bother about it? It won't affect anything. Let us accept it. Let us accept it very openly. Let us consider that these are the changes which are very much necessary now and which are quite obvious. So the things which are obvious, how can we defend? We need to defend them. So massive open online course, what is gives access, equity, and quality. Now, these are the 3 important things of massive open online course. Access to everybody at their own will. If my lecture, if I am a good teacher and if I teach English literature as a subject, I will prepare my lectures and those lectures will be available for every student at every corner of the nation, not only nation, but every corner of the world also. If I am a good teacher, that is a prerequisite. If I am teaching in the best possible manner, if I am teaching Wordsworth in the wonderful manner, so my lectures will be available online and those may be accessible by all the students. Those who will like it. It's a fair competition. It's a fair competition. And we need to give that access to the student, equity and quality also, because when competition is open, my friends, there is always quality prevails. When competition is open, quality prevails. When competition is not open, when it is closed, when the students are asked to go for this and this teacher only, they do not have option to make a choice of a teachers. Time has come to offer this choice also. They will have choice of listening or learning Wordsworth from Dr. Avinash Moril lecturer in Mahila Mahavidyalaya, they may have an option to learn Wordsworth from a professor in Jawaharlal Nehru University, Delhi, or they may have an option to learn Wordsworth from a professor in Oxford University, London. At the same moment, what I personally feel is that it is a fair chance for Dr. Avinash Moril Amravati to compete with some Professor John from Oxford University, and I will compete with him. I will prepare myself in such a wonderful manner that students of Oxford also will like to listen and understand Wordsworth from me. So that is a good thing. Why to worry about it? New UGC regulation says that about 40% online courses shall be acclimatized, shall be incorporated in our total course curriculum. Why it is said? It is not because of Corona only. UGC also had understood the importance of massive open online courses, where the very thorough knowledge and the quality teachers are available with their best of the best knowledge and their knowledge delivery processes. And that is why these courses are available for the students. Option to earn credit by completing quality assured MOOCs program, and that is accepted now in choice-based credit system. Right now, it is just related to open elective sector, but very shortly, in a very small period of time, they may come up to the core part also, because, and that will be an option available for the students, that if students do not want to learn subject psychology from Dr. Avinash Moril, who is a lecturer in a college, they may learn it from some other lecturer in other open platform, and he may be available, he may be able to earn credits out of that. The evaluation will be done and then credits will be earned. So what then, if this happens, then what is the responsibility of Avinash Moril, lecturer in psychology there? My responsibility is that the students must opt the physical learning from me in the college itself. So my education process, my teaching process must be very strong, and it should be competitive to massive open online courses. It is a chance for me to prove my mettle. It is a chance for me to prove myself again. And I am also, nobody has restricted me than preparing MOOCs. I can prepare my own MOOCs also. That can be available. That can be open-ended thing to be available for all. So MOOCs are also there, very much important to promote the things. So 4-year degrees may comprise of following things. How credits may be there? Disciplinary, interdisciplinary major, 40 to 46, 56 credits. Then there will be disciplinary, interdisciplinary minor, 20 to 28. That is what elective we say. Vocational studies, 12 to 18 credits, 12 to 18 credits for vocational studies. And now it is expected from National Education Policy that almost every subject should be converted into skill-based logic and skill-based mode. Every subject needs to find out the skills. And finally, this is one of the most important things: field projects, internship, apprenticeship, community engagement and service, 24 to 32 credits. This may be one of the designs, because it is also expected from National Education Policy that we must develop the character of the students, and character of the students will not be dependent only on major, minor or vocational. It will be dependent on the community engagement and service, where we will actually take the student to the community and understand their issues and problems, and then become very responsible citizens to understand, be sensible about their problems and solve them very powerfully. So this is what is expected from the overall system. So what are the parameters which are given? Let us see the table. Level 5, undergraduate certificate for those who exit after first year. We can think of it. These are the things which are mentioned in the guidelines, and now these things will be implemented slowly and steadily. So we have to understand. Undergraduate certificate, one certificate we will give those who exit after first year, that is 2 semesters, and undergraduate program duration first year or 2 semesters of the undergraduate program, 36 to 40 credits. So after first year, after completion of 2 semesters, 36 to 40 credits will be earned, and we will offer a certificate to the students. If the students leave this college, leave the institution, then he will have a certificate in his hand, 1 year. So certificate undergraduate certificate, and at the same time, he will have 36 to 40 credits to be kept in his academic bank. Level 6, undergraduate diploma, after those who have exit after 2 years. So after 2 years, if the students exit, then they will earn undergraduate diploma after 2 years, and 72 to 80 credits will be there available for him or her. Then after a few years, if he comes back, then with 78 to 80 credits, he can come back and fall back to its own position and complete his bachelor's degree. Bachelor degree, 6 semesters, that is 108 to 120 credits. Then bachelor's degree honors, 4 years, 8 semesters, 144 to 160. That is what I was saying, that the postgraduate program and design may be developed, that for these graduates, bachelor's degree where honors and research is included, if 4 years or 8 semester degree is there, then offer just 1 year postgraduate program, and then that postgraduate degree may be offered to the students. So overall 5 years are to be completed. So how do we complete those 5 years? That is in our hand. We can design our own neck. We can frame our own design. And at the same time, we can give and offer degrees and certificate, diploma, degrees at every juncture, wherever the students leave the education system. That will, for what? But what purpose we are doing it? That will establish the credibility of our education system. That even if after 2 years, if my student, and that will be in the minds of the parents also. So even if my girl, my daughter is leaving her education after 2 years, she is not only 12th pass student, she is graduate diploma holder. After 1 year, she will be certificate holder. So if we offer such opportunities to our students, then that will be real help for them to proceed and move in their own life very positively. Level 9 will be master's degree, 2 years program semester, obtaining a bachelor's degree. Then master's degree after 1 year of completion. As if 4 years degree is completed, then we can give master's degree only after 1 year, 36 to 40 credits, because earlier credits are earned by him in the earlier way. And even in doctoral degree, the minimum prescribed credits for coursework and thesis published. So those credits are to be earned, and in level 10, that may be that may be added. So for that matter, if we really want, I'm just finishing my talk now, and this is the last point which I would like to make, that if everything is to be managed in this way, if multi-entry, multi-exit is to be adopted and accepted in a very positive manner, and if at all it is giving benefits to the students to continue their education further also, even if with their gap, even if they want to come back to their own original education pattern, they will have something to get. And even if they leave it in midway, then they will have something to earn. So if this is happening, then the final thing is that it will be helpful if we synchronize general education with skill and vocational education. And that is the crux of it. A question is asked that if a student leaves bachelor's degree after 2 years, and after 2 years, if we offer the diploma to the student, what is the value of that diploma? What shall be the value of that certificate? The value of the diploma or certificate will be evaluated on the basis of the knowledge of the subject. At the same time, there is one more thing which is added, and that is called the vocational education. And that is why it is decided by National Education Policy that skilling will be integrated with formal education by introducing vocational education classes from grade 9 of secondary education onwards. It is very much acceptable that if students are learning subjects like history, they must understand history. They must understand the great historical significance of our nation and of the world. At the same time, they need not depend on the knowledge and the information which they get. At the same time, they must know that how subject like history can offer job opportunities, and how they will be offered. The job opportunities will be offered when we will attach the modules like tourism to the subject like history. If we teach them that if you understand history, it may be an added thing for for be in the sector of tourism, and in the sector of in tourism sector, the student who has studied history will be given benefit, will be given preference. The same thing is quoted in higher education, that skilling shall be integrated with polytechnic offering NSQF aligned vocational courses, and to the students it is to be offered in a very positive manner. So this is in all what we just wanted. I just wanted to convey under the title multi-entry, multi-exit. And at the end, what I want to say that this is going to help the students by number of ways which I have described. So I hope that this new thing, which is to be getting introduced slowly and steadily, but very positively, we must be ready for considering the overall situation, overall changing scenario in higher education, and all these new things are coming up to our way. We must open our heart, open our mind, and open our hands to welcome them, change them accordingly, suggest your changes, go for discussions, but come up with something very important and beneficial for the students. Ultimately, students will help us and thank us for providing something which is very much important for their life. And friends, I end my discussion with one small sentence. Our existence is dependent on the students' existence only. I am known as a teacher because of my students, not because of my other activities. They are the crux. They are the pillars. And for them, we have to nurture great things in coming time. I hope this will be done very powerfully by all of us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. This session is open for doubts, questions, or maybe any inputs.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good
Please go
morning,
ahead.
Arunji.
Sir,
Good morning,
myself,
good morning.
Dr. Arun Jingre.
Yes, yes, please.
My question is that, sir, if suppose we are going to implement national education policy, so what are the probable disadvantages of this policy to the students as well as to the society in future? Probable disadvantages.
Okay, basically, I usually propagate positive things, but as you have asked me, I'll tell you.
Sir.
I will tell you.
No, sir. I am not actually negative thing. I'm
I
not
will
in
tell
a
you.
negative view.
Sir, I will
I'm
tell
just
you.
asking what is the
Sir,
probable disadvantage in future
I will
generation, not for today's generation.
Sir, I will tell
Because
you.
we are going to provide the students to certificates, diploma, and so on, and finally degree also. But if the student, those who are studied only in 1 year, qualifying 2 semesters, 4 semesters, so likewise certificate and diploma are provided to them, no doubt. They should write instead of 12th, they should write graduate certificate, graduate diploma. All these things is correct, but what is the reverse effect in future?
I will tell you, sir. There are certain things which are really bothering to all of us. Is that number one, that government policies and national education policy shall go hand in hand. That is the first thing. Because on one hand, when we are saying that multiple courses should be introduced, multiple curriculum should be introduced, the first thing is that we need teachers. And in most of the educational institutes, we are lacking teachers. Teachers are not appointed. So that is the first thing, sir. That is the first problem. Secondly, if we want to change this, we have to go step by step. All of a sudden, the things cannot be changed. As we say that multidisciplinary options shall be there. So multidisciplinary cannot be given to the students all of a sudden. So that is why what I personally feel is that disadvantage, I don't call it as a disadvantage, but I think that is a kind of shortcoming. What is shortcoming is that on one hand, on one hand, the national education policy is getting with full force, but at the same time, the background which is needed to be changed in our higher education, that is growing and changing very slowly. As you know, some of the institutions, some of the universities have implemented choice-based credit system, but some of the universities have not implemented yet. So the background which is needed for implementing national education policy is to be prepared by you and me, sir. This is our responsibility. If we do it, then that will be helpful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. May I request,
Anybody else?
madam, may I request something?
Yes,
I
sir,
request,
sir, please,
if possible, I request everybody of you to just start your camera for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes, I just want to see to whom I was speaking, in online mode. This is the biggest problem and biggest issue, that when I speak with somebody, I don't know, I speak with myself because Zoom shows my own face. So I'm happy. Thank you so much, friends. I think that in this webinar, many teachers have joined from the other states also. And so I'm so happy to see all of us together in a group. I can see all your faces, and your faces show me and tell me that the session remained wonderful. So for that matter, I wanted to see your faces. For your benefit, because in every session, what I thank Dr. Varsha Kumar for one purpose, that she invites me and gives me 40 to 45 new friends. So I consider that all of you are my friends, and if you really want to communicate, I would like to be in touch with you. So for your benefit, I'm going to type my mail ID in the text box. So you just keep it with you. And if something comes in your mind regarding this particular topic, I would like to share it. I would like to share it with you and listen from you also. And one more thing, I'm very habitual to check my mail all the time.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir. Webinar is very wonderful and very much lot of informative, no doubt.
Sir, I have written my mail ID, avinash301071@gmail.com. 301071 is my birthday. So on that day, all my friends, we can meet. Thank you. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, sir.
So in the last phase of this webinar, I would like to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Avinash Morisser, sir, for such a wonderful talk. And sir, it was very clear, when I was listening it, step by step you moved, means right from A to Z, we have reached. So within 1 hour, within given allotted time, it was a wonderful to understood, first of all, as a teacher. And then the question of other questions may arise about implementation and all that. No doubt, multiple entry exit is wonderful, very useful for students. But as you rightly focused, I think it will be very helpful for the quality. Because whenever quality issue comes, HRDC has a very close concern with it. So it will be again a very good thing, maybe in future for all of us. So once again, sir, on behalf of the UGC HRDC of Sant Gadge Baba Amravati University, Amravati, I would like to express my sincere thanks towards today's speaker, Dr. Avinash Morisser, sir. Thank you so much, and thanks all the participants for joining us from across India and listening very patiently the session and participating in the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Varsha ma'am.
Yes. Thank you so much, all of you. Thank you.
And thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Dipti madam. From
Yes,
which
ma'am.
college you are, ma'am? Ma'am, you are
from Government Degree College. So,
from which place? Which place?
Madhya Pradesh.
Oh, I saw you many times. Okay, good.
I was there at the refresher course.
Life sciences?
Yeah. Right.
Yes. And Mamta madam has joined today.
Hi, ma'am.
Madam, kasha madam?
चांगले आणि छान झालं सेशन, छान झालं, अरेंजमेंट पण छान होती.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much.
मोरील सरांचं असलं ना की ते टाळावंसच नाही वाटत, इतके छान ते देतात.
हो ना, उद्याचा पण चांगला आहे मॅडम. इव्हन टुमॉरो डिजिलॉकर आहे. सो टुमॉरो ऑल्सो आय होप मेनी ऑफ us may meet again tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yes, madam. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
तुम्ही 46-16 नाही त्याची क्वांटिटी बी सांगा मला क्वांटिटी द्यायला लागते आपल्याला 46 प्राइस किती आहे